Hello, Kristen Brown here. It was so amazing to be with you at your event. And I always love to send these post-event videos with some bonuses so that you can really keep the momentum going. Even if you saw me months ago, you can be reminded of what you learned, and I'm going to give you some new ideas that you can use to energize your summer. Because summer is a time where we're dealing with a lot. We're trying to relax and have fun. We've often, if you have kids at home, but you're also trying to maintain some sort of productivity with your work and show up how you want while still dealing with the stress and burnout of the last couple years of pandemic. So I want to give you 3 energizers that can help you tackle all of those all at once to help your body, mind, and spirit really elevate and energize, but that can also help you show up more effectively at work, be more productive, get more done, be a stronger leader or a salesperson, depending on what your role is. So let's jump in. So I've got 3 summer energizers for you. Now, the first one is to shift your thinking around your to-do lists, because a lot of us have personal to-dos and we have professional to-dos, and then we have the errands and the tasks and those things that we put on our to-do lists and we check them off and it feels good, but we're actually tricking ourselves into thinking we were productive by checking off the fluff. So really thinking about how you can shift from having this massive list of things to do to having prioritized lists that can actually help you focus on what's most important to driving your goals forward. So I'll give you an example of what I do and then give you an idea of what you can do. So I actually have 2 different lists, and I actually use these. I don't get anything for this. I don't represent these companies or anything, but I use 2 different lists. One is a weekly action pad and one is a project action pad. You don't need these special notepads. You can just have 2 different lists. But one is the tactical stuff. You know, stop at the grocery store, pay for my daughter's swimming fees, attend a certain meeting. You know, the things that like fill up your calendar and fill up your time. That's the stuff that goes on this list. So I've got, you know, some videos that I have to record. I've got an article I need to write for a magazine that I write for. I have a speaking event I have to prep for. I'm emceeing a big music festival at the end of the summer that I'm doing some PR for. So I've got like actual tactical stuff in this list. It's the daily stuff that it's like, I gotta get it done, but it's not necessarily laddering up to like the big stuff. Doesn't mean they're not important, it still needs to get done, but it's really the tactical daily stuff. Then my project action plan is a list of, by page, of projects that are really important to me. So I've got on here my next book series. I'm writing a new book series. Finally, I'm writing a new book after 10 years was when my last one came out. So I've got a whole page on the action steps that need to happen to make that a priority. So I've got like 6 or 7 of those key projects that have prioritized action steps in there so that I can ensure that every day, yeah, I got to get this stuff done, the day-to-day errands, but this stuff, this is like my holy grail of what is going to move my goals forward, what's really going to take me to the next level. So here's what I would recommend for you with this summer. Use this summer to really get clear on how you want to spend your time. What are the things that pull you from these big, awesome, powerful goals that you're so excited about? What are the things that you need to add or welcome in to ensure that these things happen? What fires do you keep putting out that you need to figure out how to create solutions for? How do you need to eliminate some of the things on your to-do list? And I always tell people, you know, if you've got a big goal, sometimes other things need to fall to the bottom of the priority list, even if they're important to you. Like during busy season, my 21, 22, you know, fall to spring, basically during the school year, speaker season is so busy. That's high season for speakers, not just me, for most speakers. So during that time, I don't socialize as much. I don't exercise as much. Does that mean those things aren't important to me and I don't still try to make time for them? Of course, that's not the case. But I do it less, and I don't put pressure on myself to try to fit it all in. Instead, I really focus on what are those big things that I need to make happen in this moment. Those other things can come back later when my work and life priorities and the dynamics of my work and life are at a place where I can shift some things around. So here's what I would challenge for you. Here's one of my power shots. If you've seen me speak on stage, as you have since you're getting this video, that you know that a power shot is something that you can do in the next week or beyond, that you're going to actually take action on. You're actually going to do it. It's something tangible, something really, truly, deeply actionable. So your action step, your power shot for this first Energizer for your summer this year, your to-do list versus your priority list, is take the next week to really analyze your to-do lists and your goals, and to create two separate versions of lists. Doesn't mean they can't be on the same piece of paper or in the same app or whatever, but how can you separate them out so you can separate the fluff, the stuff that's just sort of day-to-day stuff that we all need to get done, versus the gold, the stuff that's really going to truly move you and your goals forward. Okay? So that's your number one Energizer for the summer, is to-do lists versus priority lists. Now your second Energizer to use for having an awesome summer, personally and professionally, is to go outside. Now, it's summer, so that's kind of like a, well, duh, I'm going to be outside. But a lot of us are so scheduled up in the summer. We are going from work to home to barbecues to kids' activities to sporting events to concerts to stuff with friends to the cabin. We're cramming so much in that we often forget to actually go outside and experience outside. So I have a couple of things for you when it comes to going outside, because being outdoors is one of the most powerful and well-researched topics for showing up as your best, for being a powerful human being, for being awesome at work. All of the things that happen when we go outside to our bodies and our minds and our spirits help to drive us forward in so many ways. Because what happens when you're outside is your body starts to feel temperature differences. And your skin, your largest organ of the body, feels those temperature differences and starts to create different nerve pathways, different stimuli that changes the way your body and brain are behaving in a good way. So the temperature changes, the wind on your skin and the movement of the air stimulates the hair on your body and on your head, and you can feel that also stimulates a different way of thinking that activates and turns on your energy. You also have, along with your skin and the temperature changes and the wind changes, there's light differences and colors that your eyeballs are seeing, and the cones and rods in your eyes are changing the way that your brain is behaving. So the visual stimuli also is super powerful when you're outside. Not to mention the vitamin D that we all need for immunity, for physical functioning, for that just physical energy that you need, for wellness. And then when you're outside, you're also seeing animals. You're smelling things differently. You're looking around and seeing different depth perspective than you do when you're sitting at your computer. So going outside isn't just, oh, it's so awesome out here, but it truly changes the way your body is behaving, which then changes the way your mind is working, which then changes the way that you're showing up to people, places, and things around you. So if you want to be a stronger leader, if you want to be your best at work, if you want to be an awesome parent, if you want to really show up as the awesome human that every one of us is, get yourself outside to get your body turned on and your energy turned on and turned up. It will change the way that you're walking through this world if you spend more time mindfully outdoors. Now, how do you do that? Well, I have a couple things for you. One is when you go outside, do a little exercise that I call the rainbow awareness exercise. Now, when I was young, I was taught the colors of the rainbow, Roy G. Biv. So I don't know how you learned it, but that's how we learned it in my school. And I asked my daughter, who's 15, the other day, okay, do you know Roy G. Biv? And she said, what the heck's Roy G. Biv? So I had to explain to her, how do you know the rainbow if you don't know Roy G. Biv? Anyway, Roy G. Biv, go outside and meet him. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, Roy G. Biv. And when you're outside, you're looking for everything in that rainbow spectrum. So you're walking along, you're sitting on a patio, you're walking the dog, whatever you're doing outdoors, first look for something red in your environment. And sometimes it's a struggle to find some of these colors. Then you look for something orange, then you look for something yellow, then you look for something blue, then you look for something indigo, then you look for something violet. I missed green in there. You look for something green. And that helps you to, boom, get really grounded in the moment. Your body will calm. The stress response that we've had built up over the last couple of years will calm down. Your blood pressure, your respiration, your perspiration, your heart rate chill out. It's a really powerful but really simple exercise that can really change the game. And take that a step further. If you could have your meetings outside, whether it's a Zoom meeting or a phone call, or you actually bring your team outdoors for a meeting, and you start with that Roy G. Biv exercise, or just simply being out there, it will change the way your brain works so that you can be more creative in those meetings. You can be more focused. You can have more creativity and more insight into the ideas and things that you're planning or sharing or negotiating or whatever you're doing at that meeting. So make sure that you're really this summer not just passing through the outdoors, standing outside at a barbecue and talking shop, or standing outside on a patio for a happy hour for work and talking. You're not just passing through. You're actually immersing in that outdoor space, feeling the 5 senses in that outdoor space to help drive you forward personally and professionally. Okay? So being outside is more than just cool and fun. It's actually a really powerful energizer. So this summer, make it a point to build that outdoor time into your personal life, but also into your work day as well. It will benefit you. It'll benefit your team. You'll be more innovative. You'll have creative and cool ideas that will percolate. Go to a local park and have a meeting. Have it as a picnic, or rent one of the local park shelters. Those local parks, they're so cheap to rent those shelters. So those are a couple of ideas. Or the second energizer for your summer, which is to go outside. The third and final energizer I want to give you to work on this summer is to try something new. The burnout that we've experienced over the last couple of years has partially been driven by stuckness, sameness, being imprisoned in our homes when we were on quarantine, which was all necessary, of course, right? But burnout from times we're stuck in a rut can be interrupted. You can get an endorphin boost, a dopamine boost, a serotonin boost by doing things that change the way your brain is activating. And that can happen by having a curiosity mindset, by trying new things, by learning new things, taking classes, reading books, or physically doing something that is new for your brain to solve the problem of. And it could be meeting someone new, creating a deeper relationship, going to a new destination in your own hometown, going to a new park or a new restaurant, or truly trying something brand new. I've always wanted to learn to wakeboard, like behind a boat where you, it looks like you're surfing behind wake surf behind the boat. So you're not actually hanging on. You start hanging on a little board, and then it goes, and then you're just surfing in the wake of the boat. So I'm manifesting that this summer I'm going to meet someone that has one of those wake surfing boats. So if you know anyone in Minnesota, please connect me, because I want to try that. Now, I can barely water ski, but I still want to try it. I think it looks super fun, but also kind of scary. And when I do that, it will flood me with pride of trying something new and being proactive in my life at learning. I also want to learn more about sound healing. Now, those of you who know me know I'm super hippie, so I want to learn more about sound healing and how the different sounds can change the way your body and brain are working. And I can use that on stage, and I can help audiences actually chill out their bodies physically, measurably in that room. So sound healing is something I want to work on. And you also know that I'm a huge crystal junkie, right? Hippie on the side. So I want to take that learning deeper. I want to actually go search for and go to some crystal mines and actually dig up my own crystals and see how they grow in the ground. Because I've taken geology courses and super nerdy stuff, because those of you who've seen me speak, you know I'm a super nerd. International Science Fair, right here. And I want to take that to the next level. So this summer, I have things that I want to learn, that are new, that are going to keep my brain engaged to help beat that burnout and stress of the last couple of years. It will keep me on a new path, keep my body, my mind, and my spirit moving forward. And when you do try that new stuff, it will actually help you be happier, put you in a better mood, which will elevate the way you're showing up to people at work. So when you go do something cool and you come back to work, you're like, hey, I went and I dug my own crystals this weekend. Hey, that cool factor for yourself drives the way that you're energized and showing up with a different energy to the people around you. And people are going to like you, know you, and trust you more when you bring that good vibe to a room, to a meeting, to a sales call, to a conference, to whatever it is that you are showing up as a worker by doing the cool stuff in your bigger life. So those are your 3 things. Number 1, reprioritize that to-do list. Number 2, actually go outside and be outside. Don't just pass through outside. And then try something new. So those are your 3 bonus things from after you saw me on stage to now. A few more things that you can keep the message going, keep that energy flowing, keep that energy turned on and turned up in your different 7 energy centers. If you have any questions, please reach out to me, Kristen at KristenBrownPresents.com. And I hope that we'll get to see each other again when I hopefully come back to your company or organization on stage again. If you want to reach out and work one-on-one, please let me know. Can't wait to see you soon.